Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. We have reached the end, the absolute goddamn end. This is part 3 of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion, season 3. I've never been so ready to be done with something in my life. Whew, shit. It's been about 20 episodes of this melodrama. But anyway, we finally gone ahead, we reached the end. This, I have to say, this shit could have been wrapped up in one episode. We could have did this in one shot, boom, and been done with it. Mona, don't you pull this shit no more. Do not pull this shit again. Anyway, we go in, because we haven't even talked about Nico and Mimi and all their craziness yet. So, they started pretty much with that. Deb, I believe Deb really does care for Mimi. I picked that up earlier on in the season. I was telling you guys that it was, I thought it was nice that Deb basically was standing in the gap where Mimi doesn't have parents. She was getting Nico's ass together so motherfucking thoroughly that it didn't make no sense. Tell him, him and all this lying, and basically nobody believes that he didn't have anything to do with leaking that tape. That bastard had everything to do with that whole situation, him and her. But that's what Deb was saying. You can't keep not owning up to your part in things and try to let her look bad for what things that you had part in, and all that bullshit. She got them together. He refused to take a lie detector test. On like 3 different, they asked him 3-4 times. He said no. This motherfucker's lying. Okay? He's full of shit, and he's lying. It is what it is. Him and Arian breaks out, gets to arguing. And he's like, oh, she never liked me from the beginning. This, that, thing, and the other. And she's like, you're a motherfucking clown. Is what she gave him. And then I thought I'd fall on the floor when she told him, Nico, you don't even like women. You don't like women. So, really? I said, oh, my God. That goddamn Arian. But, she's dead on. Nico's crazy. He got some bullshit going on. Him and that wife and all that garbage. That's all it is. It's garbage. Absolute garbage. And then he goes to try to tell Arian, you're a fake friend. Where were you at when Mimi's dad died? You weren't there for her when her dad died. I was there for her. Blah, 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 blah. And Arian's like, really? And I'm thinking to myself, well, where were you 20 minutes ago when Jocelyn was pulling her motherfucking brains out? Because Jocelyn grabbed her by her goddamn head, was pulling her goddamn brains out. Where the fuck were you then? Over there playing Candy Crush on your motherfucking phone, you goddamn clown. But anyway, so as it goes on, they're arguing. Deb's chiming in, letting his ass have it, and all that. Mama D basically kind of made a point. She was like, Mimi's grown. She made a grown woman's decision. She's done whatever it is she's done. She's able to live with it. So I'm going to be able to live with it. And then she said, and hey, when I watched the tape, it got me hot. Had me ready to go jump up and down on a man somewhere. She's a fucking mess. And did you all see that clown this week? She's somewhere singing that god-awful song of hers. I deserve, you deserve. Horrible. It's a horrible fucking antic. She's on stage somewhere giving, help me somebody. Oh, yes, Jesus. Ha ha ha. Turn around and her motherfucking 2 front teeth pop clean the fuck out her motherfucking mouth. And she turned around, put them back. I said, that's a mess. That is a mess. She know better than that. Mama D, bitch, you know better than that shit. You know good and well them hot-ass lights and your hot-ass breath would make that effort and slip, girl. You need to get that shit together. That was ridiculous. Anyway, Mimi goes and did that thing that I can't stand. She jumped on Arian. I don't like that. I noticed it early on. talks to Arian like a motherfucking clown, and everybody talks to her like a clown. What is that about? Arian's the only motherfucker to care for you. You know? Because Erica ain't your friend. Erica's a shady motherfucker and always grinning and skinning. You know, Carly ain't nobody's friend, child. Anyway, but Arian, she does it all the time. She basically kind of told Nico to hush, but she just talked real bad to Arian. I don't care for that. Now, this is my assessment of Mimi. Because they asked her if she still having sex with Nico, and she said yes. Yeah, is it my fault that it's the best sex? I really like his sex. Is that my fault? Yeah, bitch, who else's fault would it be? You nasty dick hound? Who else's fault would it be? You took bullshit from Stevie. The more he dished out, the more you took. Now Nico dishing out bullshit, and you taking it. Nico and Stevie ain't got but one thing in common. Both of them carry heavy below the waist. And I'm starting to see this with Miss Mimi, honey. Everybody, you know, what is that all about, girl? You a dick pig. Them two are not the only two motherfuckers with big dicks in Atlanta. You better open up your eyes and look around. And it seems as though you like a little man with a little something extra. All you have to do is tell Nico to call up a few of his friends, honey. Quit playing yourself, girl. You can find you a sissy down there that'll bang you around a little bit, girl. And be nice to you, too. Stupid ass. And she just is happy with everything that's going on. All that stuff with the wife and all that. And you still... Fuck her. Fuck Mimi. Mimi's stupid. Anybody had no time for that. She dickmatized, and she is who she is, and then always crying. I don't know why I picked the same guys. Yes, you do. You know why, girl. 10 inches or more, honey. That's why you keep doing it, bitch. Get the fuck on out of here, you nasty dick hound. Anyway, Carly Red, when they asked, does anybody else have any sex tape? Carly led on that she does have a sex tape of her and Jock. And they asked her, would she release it? She said, for money, no. And Jock went to say something smart, and that bitch said, but for revenge, yes. That motherfucker shut. Clean up. I said, you don't have to fool with Carly. You better leave Grandma Carly alone, honey. She will fuck around and supplement her income at your expense. And Jock, we didn't already see you. We don't want to see no sex tape with you, sweetheart. No, we don't. Not interested, thanks. Just a hot mess right there. They covered all that. They actually talked to Kalina and Tony and Ashley. I don't really have nothing to talk about on that carpet bunch of excursion. I just... What the fuck? I mean, they're married. Ashley came in, put a little strain on the marriage. He knocked Kalina up. Really, they don't have to come back next season. Anyway, moving on. What was left to talk about is Stevie, Jocelyn, and Benzino and Althea. So they brought them in, you know, separate. And they had them over in different hotel rooms and shit like that. And they were dealing with them and talking with them. Just a damn mess. And they were talking all this drug talk. Benzino act like his ass is on something too. Why did Benzino pick that fight with the executive producer? What was that all about? You pick a fight with Stefan because he's asking you questions about the fight. And we don't want to answer no questions about the fight. Althea wanted to talk. Benzino kept shutting her up. Ridiculous. What the fuck you think we brought you here for, you no-neck bastard? Ain't nothing else that interesting about you. Now, I will say, Benzino does have a genuine concern for Thea. Because he was running around that place trying to find her and get her and all that bullshit. Nico wasn't looking for Mimi. Stevie wasn't trying to stand too close to Jocelyn. They actually called him out on that. And some said, you charged Benzino and then you stopped. Why'd you stop? Because he ain't had no intentions on hitting Benzino. He stopped. And Benzino punched Jocelyn, which is what he intended to do. punched her right in her motherfucking chops. And why? Who likes a bitch that comes in the middle of your relationship and fucks it up? She came in the middle of the bromance, and I think that bromance is a little more than what we actually see it for, and I think that's what the issue is. I looked at Benzino, the poor thing, just pitiful, when he over there trying to child. He was just as winded and out of breath and hot, like he was having a private summer. Just a mess. Too fucking old for that bullshit. But anyway, he got all crazy and was trying to pick a fight with the executive producer. I didn't get that at all. That was just so crazy. He was doing that mess for the cameras. Just, you want a show? I'll give you a show. Shut up, Ninja Turtle. Shut up. And quit all that motherfucking clowning. You simple bastard. Ridiculous. But now, Jocelyn, that bitch is crazy. She's sitting around there. She's still thinking everything that she did was cute. The shit wasn't cute. They just showed a little piece of the video. There's a video floating out there of her. She just as high as a motherfucking fur coat. Screaming, yelling, banging on her belly. I want your dick up in me, nigga. This, that, and the other. I want to feel you come inside me. All this craziness. Jocelyn, bitch, what was all that about? Who did you think was going to record that? And then when you record that foolishness, who the fuck you thought was going to buy that? You're a crazy old Allen bitch. Crazy. Screaming and yelling and acting a damn fool. Coonery at its best. Just a mess. Then when they were saying, well, when the ladies were out on stage, they said they felt as though you were dressed like you came there to do something. And she gonna look and say, I came as me. I like what I had on, this, that, thing, and the other. They were all dressed up, trying to be, they said that she wasn't elegant. She gonna say, all them hoes look thrifty. They didn't look elegant. Just reading, all she was talking about, yeah, I seen Tammy and I just figured, I don't like that hoe anyway. So I went on and popped her. Pop. You know, she thought everything she did was very cute. Stevie was leading on saying, yeah, she needs some counseling. You know, she stays angry all the time, this, that, thing, and the other. And they said, I don't know if y'all caught this, said, do you have a drug problem? Do you two have a drug problem? Stevie said, I don't have a drug problem. Left her right out there. And she did, because she's a good high bitch. I mean, she said she ain't wanted no motherfucking counseling though. Then Stefan asked him about, well, what was going on? Because at the end of the season, it looked like y'all had fallen out. And Stevie's like, all I had to do is whip out. Really? And it's the truth. No, that ain't it. Dick pig number 2. Now, this stuff like this, I don't understand. I don't understand how you allow someone to control you with a body part of theirs. Honey, 2-3 minutes and that shit's over. And then y'all arguing for 6 months. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, and I see this with Stevie. We've all seen it. I mean, we've seen the meat, honey. We know what it gives. But really? I'm going to do all this yelling and screaming and fighting and crying and carrying on? No, I'm really not going to do all that. I'm not doing all that. I don't have all that to do. That's ridiculous. About some dick? Really? Child, bye, Felicia. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Then they went to ask them about the wedding. Child, they lying. They're lying. They're liars. The whole thing with the wedding, it's a lie. And it was foolishness. Just straight out foolishness. So that's basically wrapped up. We know that's some bullshit. And this is what I'm talking about. When they said something to Benzino, this made them look so suspect to me. Something about him and Stevie and the friendship and all that. And he says, You know, I don't think it's going to fix itself this, that, and the other. It's real emotional. It's just the same thing as when you break up with a woman. How in the fuck is you and Stevie not being friends the same as you breaking up with a woman? But then I guess maybe it is. I'm just saying. Okay. I think the only thing that he did was just didn't say no homo in the front of it. Because them two, their behavior, very suspect to me. Very suspect. And Stevie did stop before he got to Benzino. He had no intention on hitting Benzino. Benzino wasn't trying to hit him. But Benzino damn sure crashed Jocelyn's cakes, honey. Gave her, bam, honey. And he meant that. He meant that. Same thing I'd have did to a whore coming after my man. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't fooling nobody, Annie. But anyway, that's basically it. That's where they kind of wrapped up. You know, they just left it out there. They're like, we need another season. Of course they'll give them another season, honey. Who else could come on a coon like you all? Child, they gonna bring them on back. That's it, guys. We done did like 20 episodes. I thank you all for sitting through all 20 with me. A fucking mess. You know, we're going to be doing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood starting next Monday. I'll be here. I'll meet you guys here. You all, with this video, you know what to do. You can thumbs up or thumbs down the video. Leave me comments at the bottom and tell me what you think about this 20 weeks worth of melodrama that we've been through. All right, guys. You can follow me at Twitter at spillitboy, or stop past the website at www.spillitboy.com, where all the teas are spilling all the time. I'll see you guys later. Bye.